these are the topics that I already have covered. So, like, so far we have not covered the exception scenario. So when we are communicating with the third party, that third party is throwing some exception or in making connection there is some problem, how to test those scenarios. So fault simulation with the wire mount, how we can do that. So this video is about that. So this is the project structure that we are using for the demo purpose, right? So this is the controller and this is the R service which we are writing for the which we are using to write the test, and this is the controller, this controller service gateway. This is contacting this pay money API, which is hypothetical service, which is our service is contacting. And for writing the test, we are using this WireMock. We have seen this WireMock as a standalone server and as well as JVM library as well, right? This video, we are going to mock the exception cases, right? How we can do that? Let me show you that in the demo. So this is our project for that. So this is the build.gradle. In the last video, while demo about the recording the request and response with the third party service, we added this standalone dependency and we commented this one. So for this demo, we need this as well. So because there are some things when I was trying, WireMock standalone was not able to do something with the exception testing and other normal mocking, right? So it's better to keep both the dependencies if we want to do the both things. There is no problem because it is going to there for the test purpose only, right? So and now coming to the demo part, so we are not going to write all the tests, we are going to make use of the existing test that I already have. So it is the ticket booking service request stubbing. So it is the normal stubbing that it has, and it is preparing a request, it is calling this pay for booking. Pay for booking, under pay for booking, it is checking that fraud alert is there or not. If it is there, it is calling the fraud check service. Otherwise directly it is calling the make payment service to do the payment. So for exception purpose, we are just we will be just calling this make payment endpoint so that it can hit the payments endpoint of the third party, right? Not actually hitting, but it can mock, it can we have that it is hitting, so that we can mock this payments endpoint only, right? So all other things you can do in the exercise part, right? So let me do the few changes here. So this normal stubbing I do not need, because in this one, in this demo I'm going to introduce some errors, right? So just remove this one, and this verification part is also not needed, just remove this as well. And let's write the mocking for the exception scenario, right? So stuff for, so that is the post request. So we are writing the exact mapping, exact URL, that is payments one, right? So that is why I have to go for this way. So URL path equal to payments, it is hitting this one, and dot will return server error. This is the most simple stubbing that I can do with this one. So now we have stubbed it in this way that when payments endpoint is hit, it is going to give me the server error, internal server error, right? So let's keep other things as it is, as they are. So pay for booking is there. So in the code part, if I show you, if our third party is throwing any exception, I have not done any custom handling here. So it is direct, we are going to get the exception, right, directly. When I call this, when this call will be completed, pay for booking, they will be getting an exception, right? But in real time, we would be handling, we may be handling that one, and based on the exception that it is throwing, we will be writing, we would be writing the some custom logic code that, so that you can do. But for this demo purpose, I'm just going to take the exception from the third party and propagating to the user and validating that. So even if you are writing some custom logic based on the exception that your third party is throwing, so this stubbing part is going to be the same, just comparison and assertion logic is going to change, because based on the exception that third party is throwing, you may be doing some other if else part, right? So if it is throwing an exception, give some default response, so you will be comparing that default response, right? So let me hit this and see how what are the errors that I get in the console part, whether that is informative or not. the expectation for this one that you should know that how to write, how to assert the exception test cases, right? When your third party is throwing an exception and your test is also getting exception, how to compare those exceptions. JUnit 4 and JUnit 5, they are a bit different. So I'll just write that one, that will be clear. So if I come here, so it is throwing an exception, right? HTTP server exception, internal server error, right? So 500 exception, 500 server error, there is no body, right? So there is no point of comparing this one, and this will still be there. So but I have to write now assertion, right? So there is method assert throws. So just remove this one. So it is coming from the JUnit Jupyter API, right? So assert throws. So first argument, it takes the type of exception that that your method is throwing, right? So here it is internal server error, right? So just copy it. Not this one. Internal server error dot class, and the second argument, it takes an executable and lambda expression, right? And what is that lambda expression? Actual call which is throwing an exception, right? This one, right? So this import was not complete, so let me complete that. So yeah, this one. So let me remove this as well. So now the flow is like this. So see how many lines we have reduced to write the exception test, right? So this is the stubbing part, this is the request preparation part that we are preparing, and this is the actual call that we are making, right? So pay for booking will be there, and this call will be is being grabbed in this lambda expression, and then assertion is happening. So this will throw an exception, internal server error, and that will be compared with this one, right? So assert throws, so our test will pass. Okay, so there is compilation exception here, so just remove this one, remove any unused import. So just trigger this again. Okay, so this test is running now. Yeah, so our test is passing now, right? So the server error stubbing is done properly. So but in real time scenario, there are many other exceptions that a third party can throw, right? So this is the server error, that there is some problem in connection with the third party API, right? So there are other faults that can be thrown by the third party API. So what are those? Let's see that. So let me copy this test scenario and write one more test here, test case 2, and here I have to change this one a bit. So will return, it is returning a server error. Here change this with a response, and here with fault, and under fault we have different kind of fault here. If I hit this one, so we have malformed response connection reset by peer, and empty response, random data then close. So we are going to see one by one each one, right? So first see this one, what exception it is throwing. So first basically when this exception is there, so it means our service is not able to access the third party, so resource access exception is there. So just let me keep this internal server error here and just hit this. So we will be getting the assertion error, right? So it is expecting something else, but actually it is throwing something else, right? So then we will do the changes here. All right, so here there is no problem here, but the assertion unexpected exception type thrown. So HTTP server error exception, it is expecting, but what is it is throwing? It is throwing a resource exception, right? So I just have to change this one, first part here, and put this one, right? So and import this one, and it is going to work perfectly fine. So any kind of fault that you are going to throw, it is always going to throw a resource access exception, right? You want to know more, you just go ahead here and see the documentation here. So there are two constructors here, you can pass some messages and all those stuff as well. So the main point I want to make clear here is the how I can with the wire mock how I can stub the these faults. Other exception testing and all those stuff I already have covered in detail in the JUnit part, right? How to catch the if your service is throwing in resource exception and what is the message that it is throwing. Now this is one fault. Now just copy this one and simulate other faults as well. So there are two, three. So let me create one by one. So random data then close. So we have malformed response chunk, and now we have this one. Put this under test case number 3 and see if it is working or not. All right, this is working as well, right? So this is it about this video. You can go ahead and check out other faults, that is empty response, connection reset by pair. So in all the cases it is going to throw same exception, resource access exception. So I hope you got proper understanding about the stubbing the exception and introducing the error in the wire mock stubbing, right? So if you have any particular scenario, any custom scenario that you want help with, you just put that in comment section. I'll be happy to help you out, right? So the next topic for the video is fault simulation we have done. So timeout and delay. So it is a very common scenario over the network, right? So when you are contacting the third party, sometimes network delay is there, right? So how we can introduce this delay with the help of wire mock, and how we can introduce that one and how we can test that. So this we have here. I'm going to explain that in the next video, right? So till then you play around with the other stuffs here, and all the source code are here in the same one, same repository. You just clone it or download it and play around with this from the folder that is practice one, right? So as I have explained earlier, so this is the skeleton project that I started with the first video, and all the solutions are coming under this ticket booking service, right? So you just copy this one, open it IntelliJ IDEA, and you can just start playing around with this one, right? So here also the complete playlist is here. You can just directly go here and check out each video one by one. And anytime with the wire mock you have any issue, any problem, put that in comment section, right? So and I'll be happy to help you out. So I'll see you in the next video with the timeout and delay part. So till then, take care. Bye bye.